YouTube, good morning as well. Welcome back to another live session. So, I'm going to write up the list here that I'm looking at. That's the first thing I'll do. So, there's HSDT, VERB, GDC, and CLRB. Those are the four that seems to be moving up today. So I'll post that to the alert section. Looking good, looking good. Looking good. Okay. For those of you on YouTube, I'll post it over here as well. Let's not yeah, there we go. Bam. So looking good. All right. So looking at the list, if we come all the way up, we have stock VERB leading the way at 56%, currently around 112. We can check that one out first. So it looks like this morning we had a big move up, and then since then we've been having more consolidation. That high point was at 182. The low point here today is at 98.93. So I'd love to see this one hold up those levels. Or is that $1 actually? Is that one? Let's see. Why did I see 98? Anyhow, yeah, low point of $1. Okay, not bad. So, can we hold up and curl up? Can we get back over the VWAP level? From there, looking at the daily levels, let's see. Let me pull this up again. VRB. Yeah, I'd love to see $2. Can we get to $2? We had a big volume candle going back to May 2nd with a high point of 337, a low of 190. So if this happens to go crazy today, 337 would definitely be an area I'd be interested in. So I'm gonna map that out, as I think it's pretty fair and in range if it happens to be strong today. And then right after that, the 200 EMA is at 589. I think those are two reasonable targets. So if this happens to go through 330 and it looks like it still wants to be strong, then I continue to watch, see if this can get all the way up to 539. GDC is a little active, seems like it's moving. Yeah. So moving on from VERB, it looks all right. We'll see how it does. GDC, why not? We'll look at that one next. Being that it's moving up here. So high point is at 15. The volume is coming in nicely so far. So maybe into the open, this one does attempt to move here. Low of the pullback has been 48. Looking at the daily, we traded this one recently, like fairly recently, for 15, and that was on the 28th with a high point of 534. So if you guys check out the daily chart going just to August 28th, the 200 EMA is at 525. So if it gets up to like $5, I probably ease off a little bit just because of how much resistance. Well, 555 rather, but yeah, just because of how much potential resistance we could have. But so far so good. I like what we're seeing here. So not bad for GDC. 534, 555. Those are the levels that I'll keep an eye on for this particular one. So there's two, which leaves us with two more. And I'm going to go ahead and just start the screen recording now. That way I get it out of the way. This blue light is going crazy right now. So I'll put on these blue light glasses. It's been a while. All right, on time too. Yeah, so make sure your screen recording is turned on. I don't know why the settings is like this. Like it should have already turned that orange yellow color. But anyhow, ICCT. Can I? Yeah, let me see something here quickly. How's this looking? Okay, probably not for me. Yeah. Moving on. Yeah, so GDC looks good. HSDT. HSDT. This one has a high point all the way up there at 1488. 1488. We've pulled back. We've had lows at 11. Oh no, 1053. 1053. Yeah, 1053. I always watch it at the wrong number. And so VWAP acting as a bit of a middle area here, midpoint. You know, can we get back up to 1187? If we do, can we see break of 12? We had some candles back in this range around 13. So that could give us a good target over the level. Put a trend line in here. What was the high? 1326. We also had about 1288. I'll put it at 1290. If we're holding up above that area, we could potentially continue. So there's VWAP, and then we have this area right here. Okay. Looking at the daily chart, HSDT. We recently had a move up to 1444, then pulled back. So we definitely want to get over 14 and hold up above 14. I'm gonna map it out, why not? Just to remind myself to be careful. Yeah, but besides that, and that was on the 7th of June. We don't have any major volumes candles, I'd say, up until maybe there's a high point in there, you know, like 2095, maybe 30. Well, that's a little higher up. So it was the 200. I think the 200 might be the next best level. So 2095, I'll put 2095, and then the 200 EMA. For those of you tuning in, on YouTube, hit that thumbs up. Be sure to hit that thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you are a new viewer. So we got 2570 for the 200 EMA. You guys will see that I come in, I take my time, you know, map out my trend lines for what I think are important levels, and then I keep moving through the list. And so lastly, we have CLRB with a high point of 264, low point at 205.
QUOT.
The 200 is actually right here at 13, so it's definitely in the thick of things. Looking at the daily chart, we have 676 going back to August 15th. There's a 2-minute warning is coming up. Here it is. Right on time. The water bottles can hit the ground. Yeah, so it's a good time to also mention our disclaimer, guys. Remember that trading, like any other business here in the United States, is risky. So it's best to approach the market in a way where your exposure is limited. You can do so by using a simulator. That's where you can practice trading the live market with artificial currency. You can use risk money. Money that if you lose it all, a certain amount of cash that if you lose it all, doesn't affect your life. All right? So remember that day trading is risky. It's best to approach the market in a low risk way. Protect yourself at all times. What I'm doing here is not an invitation for anybody to copy trade me. What I'm doing is broadcasting how I trade, right? This is not an invitation to say Relentless is buying, time for me to buy. That's a recipe for disaster. So you have to build a good foundation when it comes down to a strategy, right? So do not copy trade me. Remember, a lot of people out there are struggling, and be aware of the impersonators and the scammers. There's a lot of fake Relentless Trader accounts all across social media, including Discord, TikTok, Instagram, everything. We continue to block and ban them from the communities, report them, but these people are creating new accounts every day and are doing very fraudulent things. So be very careful out there. Stay safe, and let's continue. So GDC is the stock I'm going to be watching into the open here. Let's see how it does. We got about 20 seconds. Felt a sneeze coming on. Yeah, so here we go. I'm going to trade to the best of my abilities as usual. Today I want to be quick. I want to focus on one of these key entries that I know and love, and look forward to doing my best. So here we go. We got a low of 87, high of 4. It's fluctuating here. If it gets over the whole dollar, I'd start to take trades here if it holds up. Well, no, it's not, and that's a pretty quick loss. It's going to flush down, actually. So very volatile to start. I'll mute my chime so it doesn't come through on the YouTube side. Well, you know what they say, a little bit of red to wake you up in the morning, right? Scratch trade. So can we hold up for this time? Okay. Try it again. Tight stops. Nope. And a lot of weakness. Yeah, so this one I'll ease off here. Let's see how CLRB rather. Yeah, let's check this one out. Might be doing better. And that stock one coming down, flushing down too. Seven. I need a bigger pullback here. High point is at 64. $44. Was that it? I got 46. Which is a little higher. I'll take a couple cents though. I'm gonna try to hold this for the new high if possible. That was a great ad. Can we hold up though? It should have made the new high already, so it's having trouble. 59. Good fill. That was actually a good fill. I'll try it one more time. I'll try it. Tight stop here though. Okay, looks like it's coming down. Yeah, watching at the 5-minute candlestick, it still looked good at the high 30s, but okay, maybe it's coming down a bit. So we'll get back something off the top right there. We'll ease off. So some weakness on this one too. How's the other one doing? HSDT. HSDT and VERB halted up. Okay, okay, good, good. Very good. Lovely. It looks like today might be a very good day. Now GDC, on the other hand, is stock to just avoid at all costs. Look at that rejection. Not good. So let's rearrange the screen a little bit. VERB, the one where we halted 33. Okay, we got time. We have time, which is good. CLRB, CLRB. And let's put HSDT over here because, well, this one is selling off too. I'm gonna watch both of them. Why not? Okay. So if VERB can be strong, then we can probably get a really good day. If it's weak, then I don't know. You know, maybe we just ease off and wait till later on in the day. LQR being mentioned. Check it out here just to see. Yeah, it's looking good. Yeah, it's been hitting the scans. Yeah, this one is looking good, doing its thing. So we have opportunities today. The 1 minute candle will make the new high at 45. We're not at 65, so it's definitely high. Taking a dip here, tight stop. There's a couple cents for LQR. Couple cents. The resumption, 38.04. We got 2 minutes. I honestly want to see how the 5 minute candle is looking here. 42. Oh, it's not looking great. Pullback might still hold, but it's not looking good. So VERB waiting. I might do 2 order entries and one with some giant size because this is a cheap stock. No fear, no hesitation as usual. We accept the risk always. Low 36. So LQR, we'll see if it's able to curl back over 50. Wouldn't be a bad look. But VERB, we got room to 182 potentially. Or halted up at 132. Can we open up higher? Can we push? Can we dip? And then rip. If it opens up lower, it might be a little bit more tricky, but there might still be an opportunity. If we open up sideways, it depends on the price action. We can probably still see a rip, then a dip, for hopefully another rip. But cutting the chatter as we got less than a minute. 38.04. Five seconds. 132. Well, that's going to be a great trade. It's going to keep going. I probably didn't get great fills because ooh, oh my goodness. It's good. There's no way, man. Oh, that means my fills have been awful. Because I should have made 10 cents. But that's okay. 60? This is good. 64. Yeah, I had an awful fill on the first trade. It's gonna get locked in. There's a lot of buying. Let's see. Uh, really? Okay, okay, so 42. Okay, we didn't get out over. I thought we got out over 50, but I only got filled at 46 on the bulk of the position, which is weird, considering it was pushing up to 50. I think I saw 50 print, and only 1 cent here. Well, I thought I would have been up like 400 there, but okay, maybe I sized down a little bit. Rotating, CLRB, not much. GDC, not much. HSDT, HSDT, maybe there's something there. LQR, not much. LQR looks like it might be finished. I'm gonna drop down to just 3,500. Maybe that helps out a little bit with fills too. 182, the next target. 59. Because the dip was so low, we were halted up just slightly over the previous high. $44.37 for resumption. Was that SSU? Yeah, this one could be decent too. I wonder if there's news. Good check. Not seeing anything super recent. What is the halt? Let's see. Time. SSU 41. So 4604. You can watch it. Quick rotation for the other ones. CLRB, still no good. GDC curling up. Maybe GDC does a red to green, but very tricky stock, man. I think I might be done with it for the rest of the day. Took some trades with tight stops, but it's when it's ready to go down, it's just teleporting down. So just too much risk. Fooled me once, fooled me twice, and now a third time would just be silly. Can't get tricked 3 times in a row. That's just too many times. 44.37. So we got less than a minute. Alex are holding 2,000 shares into the halt. Well, you're using the word stuck. There's usually a ton of buying, so at the halt level, you should be able to get out if you sell. Well, let's see what it does. Hopefully it opens up higher and keeps going. Ten seconds. We're at 164. Here we go. Yeah, that was an aggressive entry, all right. Are we gonna keep going? No, pulling back. Sizing down. 60, 54. If it's a false halt down, there's big selling. I like how I took that trade. I didn't even hesitate. That's good, because that was a risky trade. I like that. I didn't even think about it, you know. That's how it needs to be. But also, if it happens to be a losing trade, I just cut it quick as I can. So hopefully we can get a bounce, you know, on this drop here. But it could be a bigger pullback than what we're seeing right now. So I want to be careful and not over trade trying to get the bottom. Just a trade or two maybe, and if not, I wait, and then I can then look for another entry. The other one, SSU, it's coming up in 10 seconds. This one I'll just use smaller size just in case. 139, here we go. 10 minutes. 50. There's a spread though. Come on. Yeah. There might not be enough volume. Okay. Get me out. Get me out. Good, good. That wasn't bad. I had to mark it out. Big bid. Come on. Big bids. It just should go. Somebody's selling. I need to size up. 55. Yeah, somebody. Gosh. That's frustrating. It's actually doing well, SSU. I know it's off screen. I do apologize. Man, those big bids and somebody sold it, a hidden seller, so it was hard to tell. Couldn't hold it. Missed the big move. The bigger size. Mm-mm-mm. 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 SSU. 192 for the halt up. The halt levels are fairly wide on this one. There's another bid at 75. The seller's coming in though, but the bids are even bigger. This could be good. Up or down? Down. There's another bid. $35,000. It could pull back more though. I want to be careful of that. The other one, 50, and so there's 2 minutes. I gotta be careful with this size. We gotta size down a bit for the pullback. And we're still holding 70 so far. The buyer's there, 33,000. Shares are getting filled. 18.8. It's going to come down to 61. There's a spread and not a great entry. I'll cut that. If I can get that fill, I hold, but man. There was a bid. I think it looks decent, but ay ay ay. Probably not going to get filled here either. Yeah. I'm just going to jump in and put a stop in place. Because I like the 5-minute candle. I think there's a good chance it does curl. But I have small size in case it does come down. I would love to re-average though if I can. The other one resumed. I'm a little occupied. I hate that I'm not able to look at the other one, you know. There's some selling. That's the low. It's halting up too, of course, of course. So I'm watching for the bigger pullback here to then curl, for this to then curl back up, but if not, I'd stop out. VWAP is at 55 though. Ay ay ay. It's kind of, and I think it still looks good. That's a good halt up. I hope this is just not bleeding out all the way, because okay, here's VWAP, you know, let's see. Is it gonna keep going down? I like the volume profile, which is why I keep buying, but maybe it's no good. Very possible. In which case it's back to flat. Are we going to hold? I didn't capitalize on the move going up anyway, so it's okay if we end up scratch here. Yeah. We're not really seeing a lot of buying, so I'll cut it. And we're just lingering. And there goes my order just floating. Great. Lovely. Sink or swim. Yeah, the order is just lingering there, so I'm not sure about that. We'll watch for the resumption on the other one. A little disappointing to go back to flat, but okay. Yeah. GDC, CLRB, VRB. That was a good dip though, you know, so back over was at 54. Opportunity is going to cost, as always. So 67 for the halt up, and then 74 for high of day on VERB. We got to be careful to not give back profits here though. $56.15 for resumption. $56.15. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on the beautiful YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch, guys, hit that thumbs up. If you're a new viewer, consider subscribing and following the channel. We go live every day, every day. As long as it's not a federal holiday or a weekend, we are live. I'm gonna do a quick rotation through the other ones. CLRB curled back up, so not bad. GDC to the depths, HSDT, Titanic, LQR, bottom of the 7 Cs. So SSU, despite pulling back with light volume, still, maybe it's bottomed out now at 45. I'm not sure. CLRB coming back down though. 56.15, 56.15. SSU, man, going up. So, there's, and I could show it in the recap, but there was two big buyers at 55, like 10,000, 10,000. But at 56, with all the green in the world, it just wasn't going. I had size, I think at 2K, not huge size, but relative to what I was using before. And I'm like, man, what's going on? But it filled some of the bids, right? Some of the shares got filled, so I bought back after it didn't break below. But then green printing again, it's not going. So I'm like, I'm gonna cut it. Cut it, jumps up 15 cents, which is pretty big for this type of stock. VERB, we got about 30 seconds. Hopefully it goes up to 82 at the high and then keeps going. About 20 seconds or less here. Five seconds, here we go, 167. 176, good. Can we get the pullback? Can we get the pullback? Is it possible to get the pullback? No, it's not. 190 for the halt, up again. No pullback. There's still an entry there, but it's beyond aggressive for me to buy at 180. And let's say buying 76. But that's not the trade that I look for in this situation. It's like a breakout entry, but just a little too aggressive in case the flush down comes. CLRB on the other hand, how's this one doing? Wow. CLRB holding it, holding, and not holding, cutting. Caught it with small size. 68, 66, 63. They're sellers, so it might need more of a pullback. Those shares are getting bought up. 70. I need to size up. Do we need a bigger pullback? No. I need to size up immediately. Come on. Do not fail us now. Do not fail us now. It's off screen because I don't even have the time to pull it up. It's just going, right? It's having some trouble at 80. Okay, now I have the time. I'm gonna keep watching here though. Seems like it might need the pullback, but Oh yeah, yeah. So there's somebody there selling all right. But if it holds above 80, I'll be back in. The resumption on VERB. Oh god. That sucks. That should have been in at 73, out at 77. I didn't even wait for green. The green just happened to come at the wrong time for me. That's not what we want. But there's a seller up here, a hidden seller, I think, that's causing some trouble. Or maybe a short seller. But I don't see what they're shorting against. So I'll keep watching for this to go. Careful of the fills. Turn these off. Time for resumption. 40, what was that? 01:38? Into the 10 minute? Or is it 01? Yeah, 01. So it's less than a minute. I don't like when there's more than one moving, man, because, prefer to give it your undivided attention, but I guess sometimes you gotta multitask. I'll pull it on screen for this trade. I'll look to trade it if it gives an entry. But it is a little bit more extended here, though, so you gotta be careful. 10 seconds, if my math is any good. 190. There we go. It looks like it'll open up above 2. There it is. Do not, do not, do not. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, that was close. It might fall down. Did we lose big? I don't even know what happened. It looks like I'm scratched against everything, so. Oh, 58. And I don't know. It seems like I should be more green. I don't know. My fills can't be too good. It almost gave like a 15 cent one of those instant drops. So this might make a new low. That's my guess. Oh, this explains it. Which I didn't see. The VWAP is at 45. I think I'll try it here. Tight stops. Big selling here though. Question is, There's a small seller here. Can we get through? Well, it doesn't seem like it's one of those very quick red to greens, at least not right now. There's 22,000 shares sitting there. So just waiting patiently, giving it a chance to gain some volume. The resumption, BERB, 7 and 15 seconds. This is actually a 5-minute setup, so I'm selling it way too soon. There's a bid of 24,000 there at 60. It's a good sign. Can we push up a little bit here? There are more buyers coming in a little higher. So can we see 70 out of this last position? Is it possible to see 70? I'm interested in adding back, but I got to do it in the right place though. Like, maybe there was a hidden order there. 65 is good enough. There's 66. Yeah, I'll take it. So I'll watch for the scalp trades, but there's a hidden seller at 80, so I still want to be careful not buying too close and holding too long at 80. There's a spread. But at 50, I should have been in with more size and holding the entire thing longer for a retest of the highs of 85. So that was actually not a great trade in terms of the execution. Didn't really stick to the the setup. Kind of took it off the table. So there should be a pullback coming soon though, hopefully. I hope. And hopefully if it does pull back, it doesn't go all the way down to the lows. So there's the resumption on the other one. Might be backside. Of course it's going to go to the lows. What I didn't want is what I'm going to get. So what we need here is a double bottom. It might surge. It might surge. Can we see it? Okay, maybe not. Okay, I thought it was going to go crazy. It's kind of had the price action for it. That bid did nothing, man. Back over 92 for VERB. How's it doing? So we had a low of 74. Halt up is at 97. I think I could have done better today if we had like one stock moving at a time. It's always difficult for me when there's more than one going up. Never really able to, So it's gonna get halted up here. It looks like at 197. Oh, false halt. So I think those bidders canceled. There's no way they sold through like that. So maybe a bit of spoofing there. We had like 300,000 shares. at 97 to buy. So to teleport down 10 cents, it's not a good look. CLRB, GDC, no good. HSDT, no good. LQR, not good. SSU. SSU just didn't even bounce, man. Disappointing. We even have a third one. There's been some other ones that's been moving up. DWAC. Macy's. Is that Macy's at $12? Yeah, DWAC. Let's check it out. DWAC has been mooning. The volume is a little lighter though, so it's extended. I wouldn't want to just buy here. It's like just going up. Maybe it keeps going though. I mean, I don't know, but I'll wait around a little bit. CLRB is starting to get active again. I'm looking away and I can't find it. Okay, there we go. Come on. Come on. Come on. Good fill. Good trade. No. Push through. Push through. Push through. There's still a seller here at 80, but how well if we get enough buying, it'll break. Try again. Or to the depths. Okay, trying again. Come on, let's get through 80 here. Let's get through 80. Let's get through 80 here. Come on, where are those bulls? 81. We broke it already, so what's the move? Are we soaking? As Crispy would say, soaking. Yes, we are. There we go. There's the move. Lovely. So I want to be aggressive here. But it also needs to hold up. It's not going to hold up. Come on. Come on. We make a new high. We make a new high just for this. This is, you guys, you know, for anybody who's new, this is so disappointing to see, man. It's like the worst thing we can actually see here. After all that hard work of curling up, getting back over 80, the short sellers over 80 should be covering. And we're making a new high. We should be at freaking 320 right now. Instead, we're back down at 250, man. what would make more sense for me is if we reject 80 and then flush down. Like, it makes more sense. Like, hey, we're not getting the new high. Let's just sell, take profits, whatever. Short sellers get more aggressive. But we make the new high where people should be covering. It still comes down like this. So and I'm saying, as I'm saying, I want to get aggressive because of those reasons. It's why we'll also sometimes lose big in those areas because that's what can happen too. Luckily today didn't buy at the wrong time because sometimes it comes down to the timing. I could have easily sized up to 4K, lost 20 cents, $800 loss. Part of the deal though, so if it does happen, it's okay. But it just that's frustrating to not see the stock continue to go higher. So VERB, we got a resumption here at 70. Seems to be finding some support here, but we'll see if it keeps holding. Probably, probably not. So right now I'm going to go on the defensive. I'm going to start to size down and slow it down a little bit. DWAC, we're seeing a huge pullback. Low of about 1708. For those of you watching on YouTube, be sure to hit that thumbs up. If you're a new viewer, consider subscribing to the channel. Hit that thumbs up, hit that thumbs up. Yeah, HSDT doing its thing here. So the bulls are back from vacation and are aggressive. Look at that move, man. The spreads are crazy though. Spreads are too big. Can we get halted up though at 116? It might happen. At 1116 rather. Well, I missed that big breakout, which wasn't good. I'm a couple seconds late, and that was over 47. Lovely. We got Calamity in the building. Big shout out to our guy, man. Big shout out to the Discord. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to join the Discord, there are two options now, right? To have full access, it's $15.99 or is it $14.99? Let me double check here. Yeah, it's $14.99 and then $6.99 for the other option. So depending on how you want to join, you can with the two price points. The $6.99 option is a read-only mode though. For the people who they just want to see the call outs, they don't really care about showing the P&Ls, charts. They just want to see the call outs. You guys can check out the Discord. I'll post the link here. Let's see. We got over 3,800 members now, man. It's crazy. So on the resumption, I'll watch this with about 1,000 shares or more, and we'll see how it goes. We got 139 likes. Can we get up there to 200 likes? We got 400 plus people watching today. Guys, hit that thumbs up. And let's get ready for this resumption. No fear, no hesitation, man. As usual, you guys know how it goes. Accept the risk. HSDT. If this could be strong, 1488 for the pre-market high, which is a ways away, if it has that type of capability. Ricardo 600 on the Webull Sim today. Nice, man. That's solid. So 2214 for the resumption. 2214. DWAC gave a bounce, but very rarely big pullback from those highs, man. GDC on the other hand, not much. LQR, not much. SSU, not much. SSU, man. Should never really end red on a stock like that, but I also could have kept my stop tighter in the last trade, which I did plan to do, but still gave it more of a chance, which wasn't good. So a bit of a mistake there. Waiting patiently for the resumption. It's always a beautiful day in the markets, every day. Hopefully this is good. If this can be good, I mean, we can have a nice... I mean, I don't even mind going up to some crazy size here too, but it has to be good. It has to be great. Fast star is ready. 11:16. We got less than a minute. Maybe today I can call myself big size Relentless, right? If this can be good. But I'll start off at 1,000 though, just to see. And then I'll quickly get aggressive if it's necessary. Seven seconds. 11:16. Here we go. 3, 2. Big resumption. Is my math wrong? Or is it a 10-minute? Yeah, it should have been 22, so it looks like it's 10 minutes. BERB giving a push. It might get halted up. But it's tapping the level and then coming back down. So there are still some sellers, BERB. And back down, not good. 71. So another 5 minutes for HSDT. Oh yeah, I'm glad I remember this. I saw that I had a message on Discord yesterday asking about like a refund. So for those of you who are in MMU, be careful with the like subscription process, right? The course is a subscription, so you have to make sure that like if you don't want to re-enroll again, that you cancel. And another thing for the people who do want to re-enroll, when you cancel, you can apply like a current coupon code because when you do buy the first time, it's like a one-time coupon. So to get the other coupon or let's say an existing coupon that's like currently going on, you'll want to make sure that you can apply the discount. So just a heads up out there, uh, so that there aren't any issues. Come on, man. Dave, we have to keep it. Dave, my guy, man, we got to keep it professional always. Professional here on the YouTube stream and in the Discord. It's looking like a decent day so far, though, in terms of the momentum. Like, we've had some good action here. So I'm hoping this one can open up higher. Resumption will be at 27.14. I think I might sit down for this, actually. We currently have 155 likes. Can we get up there to 200 likes? Guys, be sure to hit that thumbs up if you're a new viewer and you're now tuning in. Consider subscribing to our channel. We go live throughout the weekdays, every week, every day. We do appreciate it. Now let's get ready for this resumption. We're halted up at 11:16. We got about a minute. Can we open up at 11:50? Surge, dip, and then rip. I'm seeing 1171. I'm seeing 1180. I'm seeing 13. So it seems like it'll open up higher. Talk to us nicely, HSDT. No fear, no hesitation. 14 seconds. Here we go. 11:16. 10 seconds. 4. Here we go. Can we get a pullback? I was late. It wasn't really dipping. Okay, good. Can we get another dip? Can we get another dip? That was too risky to buy. It's gonna go. It might keep going. Man, I'm sloppy here. But that's pretty good though. So 87 false, might be a false halt. Yeah. False halt. It's extended again. It's at 1376. Hmm. That was 25.51. It's tricky because it could need a bigger pullback. I don't want to get caught, but it seems like it's holding. Gotta be careful. Sellers at 13. It's gonna try again. It's aggressive, man. Of course, you go open up, spreads open up like that, man. All right, okay, we'll ease off a bit. I could have got that break of 13. That was crazy. 84 in a bid. So the break of 13 though and hold didn't work out as well. There's a new low below 25 or 31. It's coming down. Very inaccurate there in those last couple of trades. Low is at 1167. Mm, 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 mm. This is good though because well, the topping wick is not good at all, but we'll see if it recovers. If not, it might be backside. If I disregarded every sort of caution there, I could have made more money, but you know, also trying to be a little careful too. Because there's some days where, well, when you're super aggressive, you can make more. There'll be other days where you're super aggressive and you just it's like you get obliterated, you know. So a little bit of a balance here, so I can live with it. And we're halting down. I think it might be finished. The way how the 5 minute candle closed is telling me that this is going to the depths, unfortunately. And that was with small size. Big size for me would have been above 2K size. So I kept it small. Not bad. Rotating. DWAC. Oh, it got back to the heights. Look at this pullback here, man. And then it still got back to the highs after that. This is a crazy one. Yeah, I don't think I'll be touching this today. GDC to the depths. HSDT. We're waiting on resumption. LQR. No good. SSU. Another one that just did not bounce up, man. So when I'm watching at this type of stock, if we can come down like the VWAP area, start to trend up a little bit. Instead, it's just straight down. Titanic. This one looks like it could continue later, but looks tricky. VERB. For those of you interested in looking into the course, is the green screen, is it, there's a, hold on, let me see. Oh yeah, there's definitely a whole thing right here from the window. Let me fix that. Uh, okay, perfect. And then I think this is the water bottle. Yes. Yeah, so if anybody is interested in the course, we're extending the coupon to the end of the month for code Vegas for 40% off. So you guys can feel free to check it out. For those of you out there who are newer to the channel and are looking to learn, get started with day trading, this is a great way to do so, right? The Merciless Markets, the day trading course that I have. And here's the wheel, by the way. The wheel, we finally added the wheel over the weekend for the trip to Vegas. So one gold member, one lucky gold member will be hanging out with us on the weekend of November. I always have to check. I gotta write it down. The weekend of November That's October. Hold on. There we go. Yeah, from the 10th to the 12th. All paid, by the way, right? So Merciless Markets will cover the expense, flight, the stay, everything for the lucky winner. So this should be fun. And we're going to Traders for a Cause in Vegas, which is a big day trading seminar. So, we're going to live stream it. We're going to spin this wheel, and whoever it lands on, to gain more entries, you can submit a 15-second clip, or let's say a clip that's just less than 1 minute, really, like a reel is what they're calling it, a YouTube short, just talking about your favorite day trading pattern here at MMU, and it'll give yourself more chances at potentially winning. So you can see there's a few people here that submitted a video for us to post on the page, on the YouTube channel. So this should be interesting. Should be fun. The trip itself is going to be great, of course. But yeah, you guys can still use coupon code Vegas for silver as well if you're looking at the 3-month option. So there's the resumption. It actually resumed a little bit higher. There might be a bounce opportunity, maybe. Is this it? Is it going to continue? A lot of red. 64. Okay, I should have held that. See, it's like if we can get some green on the tape, I hold that here to 80. It's a nice trade. But I don't know if we'll get over 12. It's possible, but the short sellers are definitely here. And that was a high of 88. I don't want to be too aggressive. There's 98, but there's a spread. And there's 50 on the bids. Yeah, I don't want to be too aggressive in this type of area. We're already on the backside, so whilst maybe it goes to like 12.20, there's just so much risk, It's like not worth being in at 12.90, 11.98, and it doesn't go, and then you're risking downside of the spreads. So it's 10:36, and we are at 16 bills. One large, 6 bills. 1,600. Could have been a better day though, but that's all good. I guess that's always the case, right? It's been since November of 2021 since I had a day where I said it was so efficient that I couldn't have done anything else, But those days like that are just near impossible. There's always something here that you missed or that you didn't do as good as you could have done. But, instead of looking at it in a negative way, it makes me excited for the next day because then I get another chance to try to be my best self all over again. So at this point in time for me, it's just a matter of like making sure I lock in the gains. And if I continue to risk an appropriate amount to where I don't hurt myself too much. Unless like if there's another stock that's like really good, I'll of course size up accordingly, but I still want to protect the gains, manage risk, not just, go out there and go crazy buying any and everything. Still need to be disciplined towards the right opportunities. Yeah, we'll make sure to edit it if in case your name is like left off. The wheel will be updated. It'll be updated again because there's also people who might buy between now and then, but we'll have to go over it, double and triple check. But yeah, as I mentioned earlier, right? So whenever you guys sign up, remember it's a subscription, so it's like it'll charge you, at the next billing cycle, whatever it is, whether it's annually or quarterly. So if you need to cancel, And if you want to buy back, then you buy back with a existing coupon code. For the big ballers that just they don't mind, you know, because there are some people like that. Like for them, let's say they're in the quarterly, you know, the $300 or whatever, and they'll just, you know, for them they don't mind. I can check out the YouTube comments. NVOS getting called out. Red to Green is in the building, guys. Red to Green, another excellent trader who's in our Discord community. We got some really good traders here, actually, man. When you really stop to like think about it, of course, not everybody is like big green. You know, we have traders all across the spectrum. People who are beginners, people who are new, some people who have been around who are still trying to get there. Um, but you know, the community is a great space, man. And you know, shout out to the people like Red to Green. And when I go back to Atlanta, I might go to Atlanta um in May of next year. You know, maybe we can set up a lunch or something. That would be pretty cool. No, so there's a question here. If I get gold, can I pay monthly? We don't offer a monthly option. Sorry, guys. Here's what it is, right? Here's why it's tricky to do monthly for this type of like service. The course isn't really sectioned off. Like what we first to do monthly, we'd have to like section the course off. Let's say 12 sections. But right now it's like this full package. Once you buy it, you get access to everything. And you know, if you pay just a fraction of the price compared to other people for everything, let's say you get access to the course, you get all the information quickly, and then it's like, okay, I don't need it anymore for the next 11 months. It's like we'd be doing ourselves a disservice unless we split up the course into 12 sections and then also split up because there's more than just the course, right? There's other things like access to the chat room and stuff, yeah, things like that. We'd have to like find a way to see like what makes sense for like each you know, for like a membership like that. But that's why we don't have monthly. I don't want to say like I don't want to say certain things to put things out there, but you know nobody's is not stupid, right? We're all adults here. But you know, I guess I'll say it. I'll say it. Like if there's a monthly course, someone can pay for the first month, get you know literally take whether it's like screenshots or screen recording of all the course material, and then after that they never need the course. So it's just weird to like you know have a monthly option. But yeah, I don't really like to say stuff like that because you know you don't want to encourage anything. But I guess the real world we're living in here, things you know, people will be people. Yeah, but yeah. So for the individual that reached out for the to talk about the cancellation, the pastor will take care of you. Once we're done with the live stream, you know that's kind of like what I'll be doing sometimes. It's just helping out, and then there's the mentor sessions. Today, I don't know if today I'll be in. I mean, maybe yeah, maybe I'll be in Discord a little later today to hang out a little bit. That's where we do the open floor, just discussions and chats, trade together, stuff like that. So HSDT is still curling up. Is it worth, you know, is it worth keeping an eye here? Again, I still think we're backside. So for me to touch this, it definitely would be have to be holding over 12, which at this point is the high of the bear flag. Even then, I'd want to use small size. Is there anything that I'm missing? Australia. What time is it in Australia?
Australia is 12:44 a.m. on Wednesday.
It's 12:44 a.m. right now over there. That's crazy. Yeah. I mean, it, it can work, but you got to make sure that your schedule is defined. I think that's a good word to use. So at 11:30 is open over there. 11:30 p.m. Well, if you're gonna look forward to like trading just the first hour, it's not bad because then you trade. It's very interesting though, right? The time difference because I'm so used to like having the rest of the day. Like even in West Coast here in America, West Coast is probably the best time zone for trading because like in California on that trip, we'd be finished by like 7 a.m., which is like 11:30, or let's say 11. So I mean, there's just so much day left. Even if you're going to sleep at 9 p.m., it's like you're now starting the day, you know? There's so much that so we would do all this stuff and it's like it's only 2 p.m. and it's like we did so many things that like the day should be finished. So it's crazy. So imagine it's like you trade the first hour and then you go to sleep. It's definitely different, right? Not different bad, but different. It's just different. Something I haven't really thought about. CLRB, CLRB got to 61. A stock like this, if it curls back up, I want to be very careful. I think small size until we can really hold up over the highs. Still disappointing to see this 5 minute setup fail after such a good curl. Two good opportunities, 50 to 69 and then 46 to 87. For me to really feel good, whenever a stock like this gives this opportunity, if it gets up to like 354 and then it fails, it's like for me that's where it feels like completed. Like if it sells off hard, even it's like the stock gave such an incredible move at that point that we never like the loss, but it's okay if it comes, the red candle. But I thought this was just a little too early. CLRB, I'm not really watching it anything right now. I'm just waiting. Nothing really moving. I kind of forgot I had these level twos like this. Yeah, I'm just waiting patiently for something to maybe hit the scans. We'll see what happens. Yeah, Cody, you can trade it. Yeah, so like that West Coast time, you can actually like have a day job that is a 9 to 5 time frame, you know? You can trade 2, 3 hours and go to work 10 a.m., 9 a.m. It's actually very suitable for doing that versus East Coast time. Market time is, the open is 9:30, so you have to get a job and they call it like second shift, which most corporate jobs do not have. It eliminates like corporate jobs, like those office type of jobs. You can still find a few, but it's more so like facilities now. That you can get shifts, let's say 1 p.m. in the afternoon, 2 p.m. and onwards. Some will do 3 to 11. The 3 to 11 shift is not bad either, especially if the commute is not long. When I was at Amazon, I was doing 2 p.m. onwards. So I'd be able to trade, like, and for people who are on the East Coast, like, it depends on situation, of course. Some of you guys, you might have more responsibilities, so it might be a little bit more different or difficult, let's say, depending on pay and things like that. Your experience, what field you're in. But that's one way it could work, as VERB seems to be giving a push here. I don't know, man. Can we get halted up at 80? If that happens, maybe I watch the resumption. There's 80. Can we get locked in? There are some buyers. False halt. It's now at 84. I'm not aggressive to be buying here because the price action is a little weird, man. It's going up, but it's like when it goes down, it's teleporting down. It's pretty sporadic. It is a little extended here too versus the low at 63 area, or let's say 60 at VWAP. On a day like today, I'd want to stick around longer, and even check power hour because it just seems like it's active, compared to other days. So if I do hang out down in Discord, at times I might like mute my mic and watch an opportunity if it looks really good. Halt up is at 86. The 1 minute candle to make the new high is at 80. Lows at 72. Over 80. Can we get up there? 86. There's 81. Not quite. It's trying though. 82. If it gets halted up here, I'd watch the resumption. There's 85. And 73 on the bids. And that's what I don't want trading this stock. Is that. Teleporting down from a good level. And for me, I'd be in at 86, out at 73 right there. That's the type of fills I would be getting. That's Big Steve here. I wonder if he was able to get in. Said he had some issues with the transfer. Like they're transferring some accounts still here into this month. So for those of you using Thinkorswim, TD Ameritrade, keep an eye out for the emails. Although it was said that the active traders are like in the last batch, which might be into the new year or even later into the new year, 2024. I believe even E-Trade was like was bought out, right? What or unless they just have like a parent company that I didn't know, but I think it's Morgan Stanley. E-Trade Pro, which is this platform right here. This platform was rumored to be going away years ago, but it's still around. All right, this broker here. Tesla, nice move today, despite the overall market being kind of red. Nice push. You know, it's like sometimes I want to spend an entire day just scalping this, but it's like it's so hard to do that knowing about the small caps and like the progress I've made. But there's no way I can like it's almost like if I can't take a day off because it just doesn't make sense. You know, I'm not wealthy, I'm not rich. So taking missing days to try this is like I don't know, might not make a lot of sense now, but definitely in the future if we can, be able to ease off a little bit. I wouldn't mind trying this type of thing. Sometimes you got to be paying attention to this to the overall market though. If there's any sort of important economic data, it could definitely heavily affect these type of stocks. So watching for some sort of like news wire or just sometimes it could be the regular like CNBC type of stuff, market news, being aware and just being aware of the dates for the key data, right? Like CPI, things like that. The Fed meetings. What I've been thinking is that these stocks, the big tech stocks, right? Apple, let's say the FANG stocks really. Um, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, Google, Facebook. It's like these companies are basically at highs already. Is it a testament to how strong the companies are? Because when we really think about where the economy is with the inflation, things have definitely gotten better since the the pandemic coming out of it. And we're already at highs again. But then these prices are crazy. Like the housing market is just ballooning. We just had such a big pullback. Is it likely to see another pullback again in the overall market? This is the thing with the stocks for me, the small cap stocks. It's like whenever we just had a pullback and we're curling up, it never really makes sense for the pullback to come again, but it can, right? It doesn't need to make sense. So, you know, the number one thing that I learned though from this pandemic drop that we had is that when the fear is like, going crazy, that's the time. Because I remember and back then we used to be in the chat and we all would be talking and like people from different backgrounds and experiences. I remember we had like pre-market trader in there too, and he's this big real estate guy, and it's like everybody was saying they're sitting on cash, but it's like when the market is halting down, man, like I don't know, it's like it's so risky though at the same time, but it seems like that was the weakest moment, you know that was like the weakest time, and there needs to be some sort of confirmation, and I think that's when the former president Trump had went on and spoke about the vaccines. Like that day, like that was the day to buy, man. Or at least let's say to start buying, because you still want to average in over time, and because buying all at once could still be very dangerous. But at least if from that day, if I was to like be buying, You know, that's literally the bottom. So the next big crash that ever comes, or big drop, you know, when the weakness is there, the moment that there's some sort of, you know, you know, speech, or just, you know, and of course it has to be from like the higher levels of government, depending on what the situation is. Once that reassurance comes and they say they're drafting up that package or deal or whatever it is to help the economy, that is the time, man. So I'm, you know, the next time for sure. That was my first time ever experiencing anything with the market dropping since I really started trading. There's been pullbacks, but there's just been like steady, gradual pullbacks versus like a crash. Throughout the Obama years, it was just like a, you know, steady incline. He kind of came in after the big drop down in what was it, 08? Oh, what was the crash? 08, 06, that time? And we got another, you know, for we're all different ages here, right? The average age is around 35, 45. So for you know, for me being mid 20s, like I had another like 50 more years of this, man. So I got to make the right decisions and be very careful too at the same time. So hopefully we can get another big crash. Um, that's not what some of the other people might want to hear. You know, depending on where they are with their portfolio and career, you know, they might want to just might be getting ready to just get out, right? But for me, it's like if we see another big drop, I you know, that could be good. That could be great. Bonds have done well too, you know, but of course, if you were able to get in a little later after the higher interest, some of them are fixed, and if it's fixed for a long duration, you're missing out on the opportunity cost of having the higher interest rates. But still, you know, something is better than nothing. HSDT back in the VWAP area. You guys know whenever I start ranting like this, it means that the momentum has died out. Or something is moving and I'm missing it. That's also the case sometimes too. So let me make sure to do a rotation here. We can probably shut it down in the next 20, 30 minutes, if nothing else. Provides an opportunity here from the watch list or the scans. The losses that I took at the open from GDC are trades that I'm trying to take with just 3 cent stops, things like that. It's like I'd expect to be down $80, $90 here after the two losing trades. But the stock each time, man, just teleporting down by such a big amount. So it goes over 4, it hits 408. It drops back to 99, and I buy right there thinking, okay, can we see the hold of the level and then the bounce back for a new high again? I'm in 99, I'm telling myself, okay, worst case 96, 95, I'll be selling if it doesn't want to go. I blink, look back, it's already at 85. You know, what are you gonna do? If every time I could come out where I want to come out, my red days, my risk would be so tight. Everything would be very small. But sometimes it just doesn't play out that way. Yeah, options, you know, I'd be into options, man. But I think over time, right now, there's just so much. opportunity in the small cap world, and it's to the point where the ceiling is nowhere in sight. So it's like this hyper focus that's just here. But it's definitely good to have the background to do other things, right? And being more verse. If the small caps start to slow down for an extended period of time, or or maybe just even swing trading, when it comes to the options contracts, just adding in something else to the repertoire. It's never a bad thing. VERB, some volume here around 80 again. UPTD. Is that one still all over the place? Yeah, it has that lighter volume still going. AULT, HSDT. AULT, didn't look at that one. Let's see. Let's hold off. Yeah, it's slowing down. I think I might shut it down here soon. We're not seeing anything really. I'll check in on the chats. Let's see if I missed anything. Can we see? Let's see, where's the chat? Can't find it. Okay, there we go. For brand new students, how long will it take to start day trading with real money? So when it comes to time, right? It comes down to availability. There are some people who will, join the program that will be able to go at it 6 hours a day, maybe even more. There'll be other people that join, maybe they're working a job, maybe they have like other things going on as well. And so maybe they're studying an hour a day, right? And on top of that, everybody kind of learns and like reads and study at like at a different pace. And you can have two people reading the same page of the book. One might finish faster than the other. So it's a very like subjective kind of thing. And it's hard to put a time frame on it because of all of those variables. But yeah, when you do transition to real money though, it's after you've went through the classes and you've been practicing for an extended period of time, a few months, let's say, and you're seeing consistency. You have to be seeing consistency before you say, hey, let me, use a big account or big size. It's best to make sure you have a good, like level of discipline. Your metrics are backing you up. Like everything is saying, hey, you're doing it. And even then, you can, if you're, let's say you're in a simulation, you can use real money with smaller size, continue to prove the concept, because the market isn't going anywhere. It'll be here for years, years, years. So, even if it takes you 3 months longer than it would have otherwise, doesn't matter, right? But yeah, so it's hard to put a time frame, but those are the key things to consider before stepping up with big size. Red to green. What RT? When did you realize that trading was your thing? when I was in, I think it was either an English class or an entrepreneur, yeah, an entrepreneurship class. I can't remember the exact name of it, but it was a business class. And I was in there just watching trading videos, man. And I was thinking about trading in that class, the way how it was set up. We could be using our laptops. It was a little bit more laid back. So I was just using the time to just watch trading videos. And so in the other classes, I was also thinking about trading. Just couldn't watch the videos because those classes were a little bit more, like you had to be highly engaged, let's say. So in school, I was just, thinking more about trading and doing more on trading than even my university work at the time, which is part of why my grades kind of dropped that very last. My grades went down the last semester from like all A's because it was about that time, man. And that's where I just, some people, what you're supposed to do, like you're supposed to go to the office and like kind of put in, like let them know, like, hey, I'm gonna take a semester off type of thing. I just stopped showing up. It's very aggressive to do something like that, but I don't know, man. Just the love, the passion, the determination, like everything was feeling good about it. And so I didn't even go through any of those formalities. I just stopped showing up the next day and just, at home at the computer, it's just fully going into trading. And that like 10 hours a day every day. It's part of why I have issues sitting down because sitting there so long, just straight trading, you know, practicing, researching. Back then I used to watch the overall market more too. Um, well, yeah, it happened in university for me. Very aggressive stuff. Cash accounts. So was there another question? Why do you use market orders instead of limit orders? It's a good question. The market orders, I believe, allows me to be a little faster, especially when there's a tight spread. If there's a big spread and the stock isn't really like very, very, like the stock has to be very strong, for me to get like a terrible fill and still make money. Even then, it's not efficient trading. But if there's a big spread, it's best to use the limit orders. That way, you can be in where you need to be in and get good fills coming out as well. When you mark it in with a big spread, it's highly likely you get filled on the ask going in and on the bids coming out. And if there's a 30-cent spread, you hit buy, you hit sell, in 2 seconds, you're down 30 cents. And it's just not good. So for me to use market on a big spread stock, one, I'm watching for the spreads to tighten up a little bit. And I'm also trying to buy in an area where the follow through, I believe, should be instant and immediate. And the stock should be giving a very good move at the same time. So let's say there's a 20-cent spread. I get filled in the middle of the spreads, which essentially means I'm down 10 cents against the bids. If the breakout comes or the move comes and it's like a 40-cent move, let's say, I think that's good enough for me to take the chance of that 10 cents difference of not being in on the bids. Being in on the ask might still be trouble because, if it doesn't work, you're down against the bid plus whatever it goes down to because, the bids kind of goes lower. So there might be too much risk there. So if the spreads can tighten up, it's not bad. But, I use market most of the times because I think it allows me to be quicker. And I get frustrated when I have limit orders out and then they don't get filled and the stock gives the follow through. That, it comes down to discipline too. But I don't know why that frustrates me more than like a lot of other things. I don't know if it's like a FOMO thing, but it's like me knowing I should have had a winning trade. It's like being robbed, I guess. I mean, that's like the feeling that I feel. And then I don't know why that just like frustrates me more. So sometimes it's best for me to not even look at a stock at all if I can't get the fills, because the frustration is dangerous. If it's too much, it then becomes emotional trading, and then that can lead to other things. So there's always that level where I have to say, you know what, that's it. The broker I'm using is Thinkorswim TD Ameritrade. TD Ameritrade, aka now Charles Schwab, as the company's been bought out. Yeah, the marketable limit orders are much better. Well, it depends on situation still, but yeah, they're not bad. It's basically a market order saying, hey, don't fill me over a 5 cent slippage, essentially. Like, hey, if I'm buying at $5 and you're filling me, do not fill me over 505, regardless of if the stock keeps going. Whereas a market order, you just only fill as high as it goes if it's too quick. So the marketable limit orders are not bad. Definitely good too. But this platform itself doesn't have it. What does have it is the DAS trading platform, but they have signal issues at times. And for me, it's like it's part of the risk of like using a third party service with Ameritrade. The last thing I ever need is to be thinking that I hit the sell button, but I'm still in the trade. And what makes it scary is that if if something happens, like I had an order today that was just sitting there. I didn't even care about it because I'm recording my screen and I can send them the evidence. Let's say it never fills me as stock goes lower. I can send them the evidence, show them where I was trying to sell, and they will reimburse me. But if that happens through a third party service, yeah, they're not gonna even bother to review the case. And there's a higher chance that like you can get screwed. But there are things you can still do. But for me, I don't think it's worth it, man. But the hotkeys, in some situations for me would allow me to be faster. But it's not to the point where I think it's really costing me. That's the main thing I would get from using the DAS trading platform. It's just the ability to have more hotkeys. But even then, I'm not an expert with the keyboard. Can I memorize a few keys? Yeah, but I don't know. I don't think it would be that crazy of a difference. If it comes to the point where it is, then I'll make the adjustment. Do I have any videos explaining the hotkey setups? No, I do not. My hotkeys are pretty basic though. Um I have about 5 or 6 hotkeys. I have some for limit. Let me see. Maybe I can show it. I'll screenshot it. Hold on. I gotta move my screen though. How do I want to do this? Thinking. Let's see. Okay, this will work. So I'll put this up here, and then I'll show this screen for a little bit. Let's make sure that's deselected. What I'm about to do, it shows my account number, so I gotta make I gotta be careful. Uh, Application settings, order default, hotkeys. I'll screenshot it. Boom. All right, so we can come down to the other screen again here. Yeah, that looks good. after we finish with this, after the Vegas trip, I think I'm gonna do a giveaway going into the New Year's. But I'll have to see what I want to do for the giveaway. You know, I can put out like some polls at around that time and see like if people might be more interested in like monitors. Um, but it'll be like a nice package, and maybe there's like different tiers. Include some early merch or something. Um, I definitely will have to reach out to LMD because LMD, I think the word is embroidery, I believe it is. But he does printing for more than just like t-shirts or things like that. He does mouse pads and those type of things too. So some Relentless trading mouse pads for that type of stuff for giveaways will be really good. But that'll be later into the year. We'll talk about that stuff more around that time. So yeah, I'll post this to Discord. These are all the hotkeys that I'm using here. So we have, let's see, buy the ask. Buy the ask is Shift D for me. Shift and D to buy the ask. Buy the bid, Shift and V. Is that correct? Sell market, Shift X. To sell the ask, Shift A. And then to sell the bid, Shift S. Shift C is to cancel. But you have to do whatever makes sense for you as the trader, right? I'm gonna post it up here. HSDT, is it worth it of trader 2 here? 1140. Might be a little early. Maybe. Well, hold on. Let me watch it this quick. Just in case, if it gets to 12, I'd be interested. I think it might be a little too early though. What's the high? 80? Okay. Ten. High right there is 57, I think. Too soon? Potentially. Good fill. Fair fill. Can I hold this high? Yes, I can. Pretty good. Try to let that go. Just having trouble at 50. So if we start to hold above 50, maybe. Let me get another order entry window with some smaller size. Ugh. It needs to bounce up immediately here. Fair fill. Low was 70 right there. It needs to get back over 12 and hold above 12 here. Ay. Worst case scenario, it has to hold up at 70. But if we can hold up higher above 12, it's better. Time 24. So we're approaching 11:30. which is good time. This is good time for stock to move again. So can we hold up at 70 here? 66. Give it a chance. Tight stops. Take me to the moon, KB. KB, are you here today? Where are those bulls? And can they take us to the moon? Not quite. It still seems to be holding up, but I want immediate push back up to the level. So there's some sellers 94, but it seems to be holding up. Do I try it again? We didn't fail. This is a little higher of an entry though. Sellers at 94. It looks like it might try. That was a higher fill, but the bids are not holding up. Okay, it looks like it's holding, so I'll wait. I'll wait. Be patient here. We don't need the in-between trades. So can we get to like 12.20? $10, $12.10, $12.10. Can we keep going? Can we keep going? Where are those bulls? Where are those bulls? I think it's already proving it's holding up, but it still comes down to getting a good entry. The volume is hitting. I don't love this, but are we going? Yeah, it's going. So, but 50 still seems to be trouble. Can we retest? It needs to hold above 50. It might retest here. It could be rejecting. Yeah, 50, 85. This is not a good. It might fail here. If it does, it wouldn't be surprising, but at least 70 is the low, but you know, we would have loved to see it over 50 right there. Low point, 83. The low was, well, not really 70. I guess the low was 60, right? Well, we can say 70. That's okay. A dollar share range, essentially. That's good. That's good. Not good. Okay, good fill coming out. The spread's tightened up. Do I need to wait more? It seems like it might want to retest again. But it's always so tricky, man. The word easy doesn't exist here. Guys, don't forget, if you're watching on YouTube, to hit that thumbs up. If you are a new viewer, consider subscribing to the channel. That was not a bad fill, but it's coming down. Yeah, that's a good sell. Thought we might have been able to hold 12 there, but again, the lows are at 60, so still tricky. The 5-minute candle is going to close in 1 minute. Low right there, 86. Mm-mm-mm. Is it holding? The time is not in its favor for the candle. The candle's about to close here. So we could end up closing as like a red topping wick. And there's 63. It'll need to surge. 84. Will we see more volume, or is that it? Yeah, the candle isn't going to close in great shape. Tried for a short trade, no shares, mid 80s, or maybe high 70s. If it gets back over 12 and holds above 12, I'm still interested, but the way how that candle closed might come down some more. Sometimes it's a very quick breakdown. Other times, it's a small bounce here, maybe like 12.05, then it breaks down 12.10. But the higher up at 12, the better I would feel for the long. 20, 25, especially volume gets in there. Then we can see that retest. So how well is this going to hold here? There's a spread. Couldn't mark it in. Not Titanic. Yeah, that's the problem when you don't get the fill, because the bids come down. Yeah. All right. Like, are we gonna see a 3-bar play, or is this just popping up for short sellers to get shares? Because while I try to go short just now, thinking it was gonna go down right away, this is a way better short, right? Against 50 at 30 25, you're risking 25 cents. Like, this is a way better short. So if it gets high enough, there could be buying and covering to get us into the 13, but a little tricky. I'm hoping it goes, of course. That way we can get another chance. So right here over 40, if it keeps going, can we see covering from the short sellers? Waiting patiently. So far, so good. Can they cover over the high of 50 here? Come on, come on. Let's see this. It's so close here. Where are those bulls? Where are those bulls? Can we see it? Do not Titanic, please. So we got to 45 right there. My Titanic. 91. There's some buyers though. I wonder if they're gonna hold against high of day. 1343. But then that's such a big stop. It's like more than $1 a share, assuming they're short around 1220s. What's the low of day? 887. Well, when you compare 1125 to like 887, maybe some of them will short against high of day. Maybe. But you know, we're still looking okay. As long as we don't get a big drop, we're still in good shape here. Guys, just a heads up also out there, just remember to always update your equipment, right? Faulty keyboards, faulty mouse. It's always good to update every so often, even if it's like once a year, once every 2 years, whatever it might be. Stay away from the Logitech mouse would be my recommendation. As we're watching here, I had a Logitech mouse that I click once, it buys 6 times, man. Imagine how dangerous that is on the wrong stock. And I was going crazy thinking it was me, like, you know, like what did I do? Until I realized like, nah, something isn't right, man. I tried to sell, it sells so many times, I'm even short in the trade. You know, you gotta be careful, man. So just waiting here, you know, we're currently 1210. Once we get over 50, I'm willing to be very aggressive for shorts to cover. But I still want to be careful of a big flush, like we saw earlier today. So some people right now are in at like 1170, and they're just holding, waiting for the big push on the low of this consolidation. Others might be in all the way since like 1050. Oh, is this it? Small scalp there. Hopefully this is it. Come on, come on. Let's see something here. Good. Now can we get the dip? Long. Take me to the moon. It's gonna come down. Okay. 40. 74. I got chopped out of that dip, man. Son of a gun. There might be another one, hopefully. Probably a terrible fill there. Mid-70s. I might try for break of 13. With the spread, the volume. Not quite. Okay, it might fail here. Well, I'll watch 40 though, so it's that 63. 70. Man, missing that 50-cent move. I mean, it was more than 50 cents because the breakout and then the dip. But I wasn't aiming for the breakout. It got chopped out of the dip. Man. So we got a low of 63. It's still trying. So tricky, man. Low of 70. Again. After 43. Waiting. 42. I mean, is this a double top against the high of day levels? Which was at 43? We had 34. Yeah, we had 34. The 5-minute candles aren't looking terrible though. I didn't take 40. I wasn't quite certain, but it's holding up. I have to make sure it wasn't failing miserably, but it's holding up. I should have gotten filled. I aimed for 55. Come on. Nonsense. Complete and utter nonsense right there. We had it lower than my bid, man. I'm buying a little too high on some of the pullbacks, and there's also a spread, so I got to tighten up a little bit here. 1260. If I can't be accurate, I'll have to ease off. So now's the time. There are buyers down there, which is good. It's killing me, man. Come on. Ay, ay, ay. 30-cent winner cannot get filled. Time? It's 43, so it needs to get going. Probably should have held that. I think it should go here. The spreads are making it hard to just mark it in. Fair fill. Spreads are still kind of crazy. Can we see a big bid? That probably will get us going. time? 10 seconds. The fills are not bad with the smaller size though, which I like. Come on. Over 13. We need over 13. It's still having some trouble. So is there a hidden seller there then? At 13? Or are we just not getting enough buyers? Because again, if they didn't cover at 1250, then they're shorting at high of day, against high of day. So the closer to 13, the more covering we should see. We're still seeing more resistance here. Don't worry, you'll have to cover soon enough. For all the big short sellers out there, the bulls are coming. This is the season of the bull, the year of the bull. And the bulls are ready, gearing up for the next move, I hope, for our sakes. So we're pulling back a bit. Can we hold up these levels again? Or are we going to the depths? Can't get a fill to save myself here. Trying to re-average, but I could be out too early. That's always a thing. Okay. Tight stops. Yeah, tight stops. Doesn't seem like it's holding up at 40 this time. Uh, 7. If it's not backside, we should hold up somewhere, but it's a bigger pullback than I would have loved to see. I got to be very careful here, just just in case we are backside. Like there's a 1. Can we hold? 5. Okay, it's gonna hold. I didn't take it. It's gonna hold. But if I'm in here, it's the same thing. Like I want to be holding for a long time. But we're forming a bear flag here, and we could still see more range. Yeah, I'd have to, if I'm in like 05, I need to have a fair stop here, so I don't get chopped out if it is going to bounce eventually. What's fair? 20 cents, 30 cents. The high is at 34. Let's see what it does. But again, I got to be careful of it just being the backside. The volume is already kind of high, and we're closing down the last 20 seconds of the candle, and we have yet to bounce up properly. So this might, for me, be backside, I think. Not a bad place for the pullback per se. As mentioned, I didn't want to see it be very big, but maybe I wait, ease off, and maybe we get a bit more of like a longer version of the cup and handle, because we got the U shape. There's consolidation here, but almost like a double top. So gotta wait. It might just be, one of those type of stocks that you gotta wait an extra 40 minutes or something. So this might be a good place. I don't know. This might be a good place. Just shut it down, call it. In Guyana, they say, call it George. Shut it down for the day. Head out. Take care of the other business. Yeah, it's a late day for us here today. So I do appreciate everyone who tuned in. Hit the thumbs up. Don't forget, if you are a new viewer, to subscribe to the channel. We got a low of 80. Almost 6. The high of the flag here is 44. We might get to like 25 here. This could be good. Hopefully. Can we see like 25 on the ask out of this push here? I think I'll call it though. It's a good day. It's a great day. We'll be back tomorrow. I still feel like we should have done better. I gave back profits on that one stock. And I caught one of the big moves, but I had small size. The volume on the resumption was light, so despite it being a cheap stock, I only had like 1,200 shares. And then the backside move trying to get the dip, and the dip is just not bouncing. So there's 20. Yeah, nice move here. I was supposed to be long at 1190, but I didn't take the trade. So let's see if it gets over 45 here and holds. It could start a red to green, like a bigger move. In which case, this is not. It might have been a very healthy pullback instead of the backside. So waiting to see here if volume is high enough. If not, we're just double topping against the high of the bear flag to go right back down. Bear flag here. 37. Do I hear 50, 70, 80? Or am I just hallucinating here? If high volume gets in this type of area for break of 45, I take the trade with small size, tight stop. But if not, it's, maybe just a place to add to a short position for another move down. To be short against high of day, I mean, there's a lot of risk though, man, because if I'm a short seller, imagine I'm short, and then it just goes all the way, because how close did we get? And some of them probably stopped out. Some people definitely stopped out because we got so close to high of day here. They might have said, you know what, man, it's gonna go, what's that, 1343. So if you had paper hands, we got to 1334. If you had just said, man, I'll just, take the loss, assuming that they were short, let's say like 1250. it's like they took the losing trade, stopping out too early, which does happen from time to time. So it's still possible this just, breaks down more and gets below VWAP. We had 95 right there with a bottoming wick. Seeing some green printing. But will it be enough green? Huge spreads, 25 cents. That's not what we need here. And I gotta start standing again. My legs are getting irritated. I'm only in my early 20s, mid 20s. And I can't sit for more than an hour. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, and there's this gap right here. I'm not even gonna bother to fix that. The ERB. We're seeing 50 on the ass, but the spread here is just ridiculous. HSDT. Is it getting ready for a big drop or something? Like what's going on with this spread? Or is it getting ready for a move up? What will it be here? There's bids, but it's not instant over 50. And the buyers are gonna drop out. I think that might be it. I don't like this type of price action, man. It's like too dangerous. And now there's a 10,000 share buyer 20. But is that like a fake order or something? The ERB is moving up a bit. Yeah. So I'm just gonna wait for this to hold above 50 and just be patient for volume. I'm not even gonna bother taking the trades here. There's 46. Can we see high volume here for 70, 80? VERB at 79. There's 36. I'm gonna do a quick rotation here just to see. SSU, not much. LQR, not much. GDC, not much. EWAC, not much. CLRB, ADTX. For those of you watching on YouTube, it's a much longer stream here than usual. Hit that thumbs up. We're getting ready to shut it down soon. if we don't see this move here. I'm not really interested in VERB. What's high of day? 219. Well, actually, if it gets halted up here at 90, maybe I'll watch it. Uh, Still sideways. I'm falling to sleep here. It's 88 degrees today, man. Why is it so hot? For us here in the Northeast, 88, 90 is kind of like usually the highest. Maybe we go to like 96 sometimes, 94. But we don't usually go over like 90. Will my patience pay off here? Or am I just wasting time? Those are the questions that I have right now in my head. Come on, there's 35. Can we see some volume? I am sticking around though because the low of the flag is at 80 and the high is at 50. We're closer to the high side. So watching to see if it breaks out to then get back to 13, in which case we're right at high of day again. So I don't want to leave and then have to come back in after hours for the recap and see that this thing went to $15. Because we might wait 40 minutes and the move could be so good that like, we can make a good amount. It'll be worth it. One 177 viewers, 200 likes. Man, I would have loved if we could have gotten up to like 300 likes every day, but I don't know. It's probably not going to happen. I'm usually always looking at the positive side, and I'm always, looking to be, what's the word I'm looking for here? Ambitious, encouraged, all those different things. But the like goal is one of those things where it's like, man, at least half the people, man, 400 plus people, can we do at least like 200 plus every time? But 350 would have been lovely because some days we're at like 520, 530. So at least 300, man. So here's 37, cutting the chatter. Come on, where are those bulls? 44. The volume is still low. Okay. More volume, more volume, more buying. Okay, okay, 50. Do we mean business? Oh, right back down. Yeah, okay, I think I might be out of here. That'll do it. The low is still at 80, but I'm falling to sleep here. If I'm not gonna say that. Not gonna say that. Not gonna put that energy out there. I'm not gonna put the energy out there in that way. I was gonna say if I leave, it's going to moon. That's how it usually goes. But it's either we're patient or we're not, right? TSHA. TSHA. So there's 50, 60. Is this it? There's a bit of a wall there. The volume was looking good though. And already on the bids. There's 60 again. It needs to rip through 60 here. The volume still isn't present yet, but we broke over the high of the flag, which is good. So when the volume comes, we should see 13 if it happens to be strong. Hopefully. Good, good, good. Now give the dip, please. It's just gonna go, isn't it? Of course. Lovely. Man, it plays out in a way where I can't get a good entry. When we get back in, spreads are huge. Hard to market. 28? Is it just going to the depths? That's not what we want to see. It looks like it might be failing here. Yeah. All right, that's it. Again is the second one. You know what it seems like? It makes sense though. It makes sense. Gosh. The bears are going to, the short sellers right now. If there's a short seller watching, they're just laughing. Ah, man. It's frustrating to see this type of drop. We waited 40 minutes for that. And then it goes up in the way where I couldn't really get a good trade going up. Short sellers are feeling good. They're smiling right now, man. All we have to do right there is hold up 80, get back above 13, new high of day, and then we can see 14 for a halt or something because they're covering. But instead, it's right back down. Okay, that'll do it for the day. But that's what I was saying though, right? If I had left out, it would have just been me being impatient because we did not break the low of the consolidation until just now. This is where I can walk away. And even if it does curl back up, it's a little different, but sometimes you just got to be patient. I would have left, and then if this was strong, it would have went up, and then I would have missed the move, you know. But yeah, so that'll do it. It was a good day. We're ending at 2.1, which is solid. It's a solid day here coming back after the long weekend. We'll look forward to tomorrow morning once again. It'll be another beautiful day as always. So hit that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and I'll catch you guys later. I'll take a quick 10-minute break and then I'll be back to work here. Stay safe, stay green. Catch you guys in the recap, which will be out after 4 p.m. today.